What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Fight Inside Podcast. I'm your co-host for today, Ringside Raine, also known as Raine Cruz, a cage announcer for Up Next Fighting. With me today is Timmy B, and we will talk to the winner of the Hunger Games, discuss the dangers of influencer fights, and a whole lot more. So what are we waiting for? Tim, hit it! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fight Inside Podcast.
We're going to get to our interview in just a second. Raine, last week I talked to you about how I was going to start drinking that Magic Mind stuff.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Remember I told you? I'm going to tell you guys about this after the interview, but I'm going to give you a spoiler now. I feel like it's working. I feel better. I feel happier. It's giving me energy. So check out magicmind.com/fightinsight and use code fightinsight20 to save 20% off. Plus it stacks on other deals. Anyways, I'll tell you about it later. For now, let's get to a reason why everyone else will be happy. Our guest today made her first appearance on this podcast back on episode 68, 61 weeks ago. We were discussing her current run on The Ultimate Fighter Season 30. We got to know this hot young fighter. She's the founder of a supplement company, Bad Athletics, and the mind and body behind the Kaytlin Neal fitness app. Since then, she's gone on to win 2 straight, one in Invicta, one in the PFL, continues her social media dominance with incredible videos and brand partnerships. She's a published author of a children's book, Fight for Your Dreams, which encourages young girls to go get it, and can next be seen fighting August 18th in New York City at Madison Square Gardens for the PFL at PFL 8. Everybody, raise 3 fingers in the air. She is our favorite wrestler. Please welcome to the podcast,
Kaytlin, Katniss, Neal.
Hello, how are you guys?
What's up, our favorite wrestler? How you doing?
Oh, so good. I'm glad I am your favorite wrestler, but it's got to be way, way low on the totem pole for wrestling.
Are my standards really low?
Yeah. But I appreciate it.
Yeah. For those that don't know, that's a throwback to the last episode we had with Katniss. We were talking about that. Katniss, it is so good to have you back. The fans were clamoring to have you back. They say Katniss is the best. She's the coolest guest. She's kicking ass out there. Like I said, you're since being on this podcast, sky's the limit. You've been doing everything, kicking ass. You're now in the PFL on August 18th. How are you doing and how is life?
Life's going good. That was such a great introduction. And yeah, I've just been having fun with it. I love being in the PFL. They treat me really well. So, I'm just going to keep rocking it from here.
Yeah, kicking ass. Fighting in Madison Square Garden in the theater there. That's going to be incredible. The show looks great. I will say, I like the PFL uniforms. Like when you're rocking the uniform, it looks pretty good, right? As a very stylish young woman like you are, I'm sure like when you had to pick a league to fight for, you're like, I got to go somewhere where I'm going to look good in this outfit, right?
Oh, definitely. That was the top of the mind. I was like, I need a very good uniform.
Yeah.
What I do appreciate about it is that their sports bras have a little bit of padding in it. Most sports bras don't. So I'm like, oh, thank you. Because I don't have anything after I cut weight. So I'm like, that's great.
Okay. All right. Keep this PG here.
Oh, my
bad. Last time she's on here, she's talking about nipple tape and all that stuff. And this time it's right from the get-go. Did you know, Katniss, that since your fight with Helen Peralta, she's gone on to do that now everywhere that she's doing that? She's weighing in naked?
Yep.
Yeah.
I watch her, and I think she has been at every single one of my fights ever since. So she's always there. I think this is going to be the first fight since I've met Helen that she's not going to be at my fight. So
that's great. Is she cheering for you or is she heckling you?
She's actually cheering for me most times. So I think for my Invicta fight, I was fighting a girl from Team Pena, Hannah.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. She said her heart was torn on that one. But I kind of think it was like half and half on that one.
All right.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing? Hannah Guy ghosted me on coming on this podcast. So, I am 1,000,000% voting for you on that one when you fought her. I had Helen Peralta on the podcast. She's crazy. she is the funniest, craziest person. I couldn't stop laughing the whole podcast. I mean, she was just insane. I couldn't even find clips to post online. I just had to post like little moments of everything she was saying because it was just crazy.
Yeah, try living in a house with her for 5 weeks. It's constant entertainment.
Yeah, it's amazing. Your social media has been booming. When I had you on the first time, you're just this young girl on The Ultimate Fighter that, that was new to the scene, and you already had like 83,000 followers on Instagram. Now you're over like 111,000, something like that. Crazy. You're doing very well online. Like I said, you're a published author. How do you have the time, Katniss?
Well, I ask myself that same question. I feel like I have my hands in like a million different things and I like drop the ball on some things. But like that book took me, so I started it in 2020, like in March of 2020. So it's like in the height of COVID, I was like, I'm going to write a children's book. So that took me a really long time to finally release. But yeah, I mean, I find the time outside of training just to like keep my hands busy so I don't get into trouble.
Nice. And, congratulations on that. Like I said before we started the podcast, but the minute I have someone who has a baby girl, I am buying them that book.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks very cool. The art style, I love it. It's very cute. So congratulations on that. I do have 2 complaints about your social media.
Let's hear it. Lay it on me.
You're open to feedback?
Kaytlin? Oh, totally. Yeah.
Okay. First, before we move on with everything, okay, you're fighting here. I'm just going to put this poster up so that we can technically say we promoted this fight here, right? Friday, August 18th, there you are. Use code Katniss for 13% off. Madison Square Garden, PFL. Right?
Yep.
Kick ass there. No doubt about that.
Yes.
Okay, you're waiting for the complaint.
I am. All
right.
How nervous should I be right now?
There is not enough of this.
Aww.
Potato has been missing off your Instagram. Very, very disappointing. Where is Potato? Why is she not on your Instagram?
She is there hanging out, but right now I'm in Vegas and she's in Utah. So the only time I see her is through her cat camera. So I have a camera on her food bowl. And I get, this is kind of embarrassing. I get a notification every single time she starts eating. And so I can look and like watch her eat. And if I want to call her, I can call her through the cat cam. So yeah, that's
beautiful.
Yeah. But I need to post her more when I'm around here. So
yeah. Because I remember she was becoming famous. She was on The Ultimate Fighter, and now she's like gone off into obscurity. It's like, no, we need more Potato. Okay?
She is a little bit of a diva, so I do have to like control it a little bit, and like it kind of gets to her head. So
yeah, got it. I understand. That said, Ringside Raine, your dog Professor just graduated.
Yeah, from his basic obedience training. So
cute.
Very nice. Congratulations to the Professor. Yeah. Now, Katniss, my second complaint. Okay. You post a lot about lame pickup lines.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The pickup lines that people use on you. And trust me, I got a bunch when I said Katniss Neal's coming on the podcast. Can you ask her to beat me up? Can you ask her? Right. Lots. Okay, lots. Now, what we did do, though, and what you don't do on your Instagram, you never post what would effective pickup lines be.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, you never give us the answer. You just tell us how bad we all are.
How bad we are.
I'm a married man. Raine is a married woman, right? So, like, it's not for us, but I'm saying for the public. They need answers. So, we ran a contest.
Oh, no.
On our Instagram. And Raine and I are going to provide you some pickup lines.
Okay.
And we want you to rank them on a scale of 1 to 10. How good are these pickup lines? How effective they would be?
How effective? Okay.
Yeah, how effective?
Okay, but the thing is, like, it 100% depends on the person that's saying it too. So that could play into effectiveness. But I'll still rate it on a scale from 1 to 10.
Okay, you're assuming it's not a super creep.
Okay.
Okay, so like a good-looking dude, good-looking dude.
How many abs does he have?
How many abs?
Maybe like John Cena.
Wait. Oh.
Okay, I'll take it.
Is it okay? So
You
John's
can say anything to me. I'll be like, okay.
Oh, all right. Well, then the game is ruined already. Okay, decent looking average Joe. He's got more than one ab, right?
Okay.
That said, I mean, Katniss is jacked, Raine. Like Katniss is very muscular. Okay, we're gonna alternate. Okay.
Okay.
Raine's gonna go first. Katniss, on a scale of 1 to 10, how effective is this pickup line? We've got 6 for you. Raine, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to try to say this in a very low voice so sound manly. Hey, baby, want to play in full mount?
That would be like a -1 on that scale.
All right.
I just sound like a creep there.
Yeah, Ringside Raine did not provide that very good. That is my friend Robbie Moss submitted that. So Robbie, you've got no game.
Robbie.
Okay. All right, here we go. Baby, your name must be Mario Yamasaki because you just stopped my heart prematurely.
I'm gonna have to give that probably a 5. It's creative, but it's not. It wouldn't be effective, but it's creative. So I like that.
Yeah. All right, and it's got some MMA humor. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's pretty good.
Relatable,
All right, Raine, what do you got?
Okay. Hey, girl, want to exchange secret juices?
No.
No.
Did they just give you all the worst ones?
No. Did I give Raine the worst ones?
Yeah.
I did give Raine the more creepy ones because if I said it, it would be even worse.
Okay. Yeah, that one's a -5 for sure.
That's worse than the first one. Okay.
Yeah, worse than the first one.
All right, second one. This one's a little more tame. Hey girl, do you main Muay Thai? Because you just swept me off my feet.
I like that one. That one's pretty effective. I'm gonna get an 8. That's a good one.
That's an 8. That is from a Muay Thai guy out here in Toronto, Press the Best. He just proposed to his fiance in the ring at an event after he fought. So this guy's got game. There you go.
Did he win his fight?
He did not.
Okay.
But he still, you know what's really cute?
The courage,
he lost. It was a very good fight. Lost, proposed, and in the background, his opponent is giddy cheering. Like it was so cute. Like even his opponent was so happy. Everybody was happy. It was awesome. Yeah. All right, Raine, this is your last one. This is the best one, I think. I like Raine's coming up.
All right. If I take you down, I take you home.
Oh, well. I'm gonna say that. It's creepy.
It's too creepy.
I want you to take me down. I want you to take me home. Like I don't know if I like it. Like I just what if you take me down and then you're gonna take me to dinner? Like that's better.
Ooh,
I don't know. Okay. Maybe that. If modified, it's effective. If just on its own, I'm gonna have to give it like a 3. So it's not in the negatives. That's good. But...
Not in the negatives. That's good. That was from former guest of the podcast. She trains out in Great Britain top team. That's Kate Batchick.
Okay.
So she's the queen of the South, and she has good game. So there you go. That was her thing. All right. How about this one? This is our last one. Girl, are you Brazilian? Because you look like you'd be good off your back.
Don't fully understand it, I think.
Because she would have jujitsu skills from her back.
Is that okay?
It's pretty gross, really, but
I mean that a 0. Yeah,
it's 0?
Yeah, no, I'm not Brazilian. I'm very much yeah, it's just no.
Okay. All right. Well, look, these are just some to kind of help you along the way, Katniss, so that in your Instagram, every now and then just throw out one that's like working,
I'll use the Muay Thai one. I'm going to use that one.
Use the Muay Thai one?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, good. Can I tell you, most of the creepy ones came from girls. So I don't know if it's the girls that are creepy or if they've been receiving the creepy ones.
I guarantee they've been receiving it.
Receiving creepy? Okay, yeah, there you go. Well, thank you for playing that game, Katniss. That was good. I will gather more for your next appearance.
All right.
Okay. Speaking of creepy / cringy, your former ex-coach, Juliana Pena, in the news a lot for her attitude and persona. I really like it. I think she's cool. I think she's bringing some interest to the division. I don't mind it. You knew her, right? Like you kind of got to know her through the course of the show.
Mm-hmm.
What is your vibe? Like, are you liking the Juliana Pena that's getting put out there? Or are you like, no?
I mean, it's an accurate depiction of her, so it's not like it's like a performance by any means. I think she's just a little bit like that. So I don't know. I like that it brings attention, but I do think it's like pretty cringy. I'm like, I personally wouldn't do that, but like, whatever. She wants to do it. It's her ammo, her image, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, but it's good to know that you're saying it is kind of accurate towards who she is, though. Like, so it's not really too much of an act. It's just she's just like that.
Yeah, she just likes to stir the pot a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Okay, I like it. I remember when you were on the podcast, we had other fighters from your season on the podcast. That whole group was fantastic. Like, I feel like your show was really good. There was a lot of camaraderie amongst you guys because we're all very friendly and polite. Like, it was a good group, right? The season now, it's not as great. I don't know what it is. I'm not liking it as much. I did want to ask you, though, you told us before and other fighters told us that there's a lot of times where they'll like recut scenes or they'll like refilm things. They'll go like, that didn't go like your weigh-in thing. That didn't go good. Let's redo it. All the stuff with Connor. Do you think it's all fake? Do you think they're like going like, okay, can you run around the cage again? Or can you what? Like,
No.
It just seems like this is the Connor show.
I think Connor is just like that. He wants the attention on him. He understands that people are watching this season probably for him. So I think he just wants to like make it entertaining, or like I think he's just like a little bit wild like that. But I don't think it's the producers at all. Like the producers never once said, okay, Juliana and Amanda, we need you guys to like start fighting right here or like start bickering back and forth. Like they never did that. Like they just the only time they ever made us redo something is if like it wasn't PC, like they didn't want to show nipple tape. Right. So that's why they made us like redo that. But other than that, like, no, it's all him.
Yeah. All right. Do you think like, wouldn't you have found it annoying if you're the young fighter going out there to make a name for yourself, focused on winning your goddamn fight, and he's behind you like dancing and stuff? Like, I feel like he keeps trying to take the attention away from these young fighters. And then even in the last episode where he's calling the guys like never wases or like nobody's never, like he's saying that to the young fighters that you're supposed to be mentoring. I know it's the other team, but like a flip of a coin, that guy could have been on your team and you're like just trash talking him.
Yeah, I think that's more of a mental game that he's playing with like the other team. But for me personally, I don't like joking around in the back room at all. Like when I'm hitting mitts, wrapping my hands, that kind of stuff, like I do not laugh at people's jokes. And normally like I'm a little bit of a jokester, and like so I think once people realize like she's backstage, like she's not gonna like because I really have to flip a switch. And so for me personally, that wouldn't work. I feel like I'd be like, dude, like you need to chill out because I'm like about to fight right now and I'm freaking nervous. So I need to focus.
Yeah. That's what I feel like. I feel like these guys probably got thrown off their game. Maybe that's why they're losing a lot, right? That why their team might be losing. I just feel like he's like sucking the energy or like everything being focused on him. And it's like, and I feel like there's the one scene that I thought for sure was like refilmed when like he comes in and they all clap for him. Like how many times were you in the change room when like Amanda Nunes would walk in? Would you all just clap like she's the queen or something?
No. Queen Amanda. No. We didn't clap unless it was like to be funny or something. Like if Amanda's late, we're like, oh yeah, you're finally here. Like, I don't know. But not like...
No, they're like clapping, like, you know, like the Lord has walked in and like we're all clapping. Like, it's just so weird. So much of these scenes seem so strange. Yeah. Okay. We know you love reality TV.
That I do.
Right?
Yes.
Before I get to my business proposal for you.
Okay.
This is big. Raine, I didn't even tell you about this because the business proposal is for all three of us because we're going to go in business after I sell this baby. But Katniss, reality TV, what would you suggest to people? What should they be watching right now?
I mean, right now, The Bachelorette's on, so that's like the OG right now. But yeah, Love Island UK is never bad, but The Bachelorette takes priority.
A lot of people were writing in asking if you would rather be on a season of Tough or on a season of The Bachelor.
I think The Ultimate Fighter, just because it's my like dream and my goal. But I think I would get like way more attention, followers, and sponsorships going on The Bachelor, so I could like make more money while I am fighting. So that's pretty hard, you know. I don't know.
All right. I mean, yeah. Okay, we'll see. Here's my business proposal for you, Katniss.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm saying this live into the public, so this is now a trademarked idea, so nobody can steal this. Okay? I want to create a reality show. Katniss, you are the host of the reality show.
All right.
Because you're the master of reality TV. You've got the look, you've got the personality, and you're an MMA fighter. Ringside Raine is going to be like the announcer. Like, you know how there's normally like a separate person. She's the announcer. I will be the guy behind the scenes. I'll write up some ideas, you know, like I like to study and stuff like that, right? Okay. The show is a dating show with MMA fighters. kind of like what's that one where they had all the people from the different reality shows on Netflix, and then they went to that island and they were dating different people and going to the room. Like they would partner up and go to a different room. Yeah, Perfect Match.
Yeah.
Okay. So kind of like that, but it's with MMA fighters. So obviously you got to get singles. Now, I told this idea to my wife and she goes, all right, you're just going to get a bunch of like, okay, pardon my language. She said, you're just going to get a bunch of whores and like jackasses, right? So we'll pick cast members that are not like that, okay? Because we don't want to be disgusting. And then they compete in like, not an MMA fight per se, but like maybe a jiu-jitsu competition or whatever to then win the challenge to then be able to like pick couples and stuff like that.
Ooh.
Okay, so they have to like fight on the show too.
Yeah, like like it won't be full-on fights because that might get too aggressive, but like BJJ competitions, striking, you know, whatever kind of competitions, boxing or something, like something a little bit less crazy so they don't kill each other off stage, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think of this idea, Katniss, and can I sign you up now?
I 100% would host it, and I think it would be super fun. I feel like it would be a very niche population, but I think it's a good idea. I think the fight community would really like it because they're kind of nosy into like personal or into people's personal lives a little bit. So I think it'd be fun to show that side of the fighters too.
Wait, what do you mean a niche thing? Like, you think only MMA fans would watch it? Because I think, like, you know, they've got good bodies, they're athletic, they're in shape, they all have a story, right? They've all got something.
Yeah,
we'd have fighting for love.
We'd have to pull out people who are like either like really good fighters and well known, or like really good looking fighters. So we'd have to like pick and pull the cast, but I think it could work.
Yeah,
and I think people would watch it that way.
Yeah, like you might get a few big names. But you don't want it to be all big names because then it might just be like too fake, right? Like,
yeah, then it would be hard because all the girls would go towards like the biggest name fighter instead of like the person that they like the most. Maybe.
Yeah. There you go. All right, so we're all in. Raine, you're in on this idea.
I'm in. Yep.
We film it like on some like nice island, right? Maybe, you know, Dana will pay for us to go to Fight Island or something. Fight Island, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, all right, so this is a good idea. We're good.
I love it.
Great idea.
I'm telling you, I swear this would be a good one and people would love it. And then it would bring people into MMA that are like reality people, you know, or like reality TV lovers. And then the MMA fans would watch. Like, this is going to be, it's money in the bank, Katniss.
What about like all the contestants from The Ultimate Fighter get put on an island and then they're fighting dating? So it's like, it's similar to The Bachelor where they had to go on The Bachelor or Bachelorette first, and then they get put on Bachelor in Paradise. That would be interesting, a little interesting plot twist.
Yeah. I like it. I like it.
Rando fighters in the mix. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. I mean, we'll work this out off camera.
Okay.
Right? But it's happening, Katniss. You're going to be the host of this. I could see you doing it. Raine is there to announce like the competitions and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is good. All right. I like it. And this is trademarked, patent pending, all that stuff, right? So nobody can steal this idea. Frankly, I'm surprised that no one has done this yet. Like, you think, like, I interview amateur fighters all the time, Katniss, like amateur young pros. Like, I swear they would do something like this. Like, we could set this up. It wouldn't even cost a lot of money.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, good. We got it. We're doing it. Katniss, question for you. I have, hold on. I gotta find it. Where's this question? How much sushi is the right amount of sushi in a sushi boat?
A lot of sushi, at least minimum 5 rolls, but if not like double that.
like 5 like big rolls, or like 5 like what do you call it? What's the one with just like one little thing in it?
No, they have to be like big rolls. Like we need, if you're gonna call it a sushi boat, we need a lot of sushi on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you had problems with your boats in the past? Like this person seemed to know something.
Yes, I know exactly who I asked the question to.
You've had problems with your boats?
Yeah. So someone bought me a sushi boat after weigh-ins, and it came with like 3 rolls on it, and I was with like one of my cornermen, and I'm like, this is not enough food for like even just me alone. Like it's not enough for both of us to split. So I'm like, this is not a sushi boat. Like we need like a boat of sushi.
All right. Ringside Raine, any questions for Katniss before we get to our last few?
For me, I'm curious if you're in the process of writing another book.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's like a one and done deal. I wasn't planning on becoming a published author or anything. I just thought it would be a cute idea and keep me busy during like 2020. So that's kind of why I did it. So no plans in writing another book.
But you could.
I could. Mm-hmm. That's true. It's never off the table.
I think you should look into it. I've heard nothing but good things about your book. Again, I apologize. I don't have it yet, but I keep it in mind. Like keep kicking ass of all the things you do. Your entrepreneurship with everything else that's going on. You've got all your other deals going on. I see all the videos you do. I do want to ask a question because you're one of the people that does videos that are very proper. Like, you know what I mean? Like you always uphold yourself as a professional and all that. We're going to talk about some trash later, Katniss. Okay. Who does all your filming of your videos?
Just
like
me and my little iPhone right here.
You're doing it on your own?
Yeah. You can tell like some of my videos like aren't as like crystal clear as they could be, but yeah, it's mostly just on my iPhone.
Oh, very cool. I thought definitely you had hired like a 24/7 like person to do your filming for you.
No, I need to because I would take a lot off my plate, but I'm a little bit of a control freak, so I'm like, I'll just do it for now.
All right. Anything else, Raine?
I saw your Costco finds earlier on Instagram, and I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. So I love Costco too, but I usually try to make a list so that way when I go there, I just, get my stuff and I leave. Yeah. But that doesn't really happen. Like I stay there, I walk around. Is that like something that happens to you too? Do you go in, you have a list, or you know what you want, and then you get them and you're out?
So I know my basics that I need, like kombucha and like salad and that kind of stuff. But then I walk up and down every single aisle in Costco, and then I just pick out what I want. And if I'm not dieting, I get a lot of treats. If I am dieting, then I'll make sure it's all healthy stuff. But yeah.
Do you get the samples?
What is that?
Do you get the samples when they have them?
Every time.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you ever double back and hope that they don't remember you?
No. I won't do
that. Is that just me? I do that. If it's
that's smart though. I've never thought about doing that.
Yeah. You can't be too friendly though. That's my problem. Like my wife will say like, well, this idiot's going to remember you because you just said hi and thank you. You know what I mean? So if it's like a cookie or something, you got to go there, just sneak it. Don't really say anything. And that way, then when you come back, you can double up.
Or just go when there's a bunch of people walking up to it at the same time. So you can just kind of blend in.
Yeah. Just grab it and go, Pro tip for Costco.
Pro tip.
Katniss, I have 2 more questions for you, if you don't mind. One question, you'll know who this came from, but that's okay because I want to ask it anyways. Best cookies ever: Insomnia cookies, Crumble cookies, or Avery's cookies?
Oh, I'm gonna have to say Avery's cookies. They're the best. She's good.
Avery is good. She's a teammate of yours, right? Avery Sage. I've been following her for a long time. I actually got one of her recipes for her Fruity Pebbles cookies.
Oh, yeah.
And I made those. Those were very good. So, yeah, shout out to Avery. Avery's cookies, yeah, good. You've tried a whole bunch of them, I guess, over the years?
Yeah, I've tried quite a few of them. I actually just ate, I think, like 2 pieces of some over the weekend. So they're really good. She had like a red velvet one with like an Oreo stuffed in the middle. So good.
Very good. Katniss, I've been asking a question since you came on the podcast 61 weeks ago, which is crazy. It feels like you were on the podcast forever ago, but then it also feels like you were on the podcast just recently. So it was kind of weird. Like when I calculated, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Again, I'm so happy for your success, Katniss. Like it's not happening to a better person than you, but it's something that I've started to ask my guests on the podcast, and I ask them at the end of every interview. It's a question that my mom used to ask me when I was a child. So she would ask it to me like every day. So I'm going to ask you the question: on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you?
Scale from 1 to 10, how happy am I? I'm going to have to go with a 9. Like, I'm pretty happy. I have my down moments, so I can't give it a full 10, but like, yeah, I'm pretty happy right now. So
nice. And what makes you so happy? Like, what is it that makes you the 9?
Yeah, I think I just have a good life. Like, I realize how lucky I am to be able to come out to Vegas to train for an entire month. I love my team at Syndicate. I love my team up in Utah. And like, I'm just surrounded by such great people. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot to complain about right now.
That is awesome. I'm so glad to hear it, Katniss, because you always put out such good positivity. Like, I do feel like you're a really good role model for children and young girls, especially. Your book is fantastic. All the stuff you do is really cool, keeping people in shape. Katniss, again, you are fighting August 18th at PFL playoffs. I think it's PFL 8. Buy tickets at PFL. Use the code Katniss for 13% off. Congratulations on all your success, Katniss. You're the best. We're going to be cheering for you like crazy. You are my favorite PFL athlete by far. So keep kicking ass, keep doing your thing. You're really an inspiration to so many people. Katniss, thank you so much for joining the podcast.
Of course. Thanks for having me. You guys are always so fun to talk to. So,
all right. See you later, Katniss. Have a great one.
See ya.
Bye.
That was awesome.
I told you, she's so cool. She's really nice. Really such a good person. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, really good person. So I'm glad that we could have her on. So, and I didn't say it, but if you want to follow Katniss, she's at Kaytlin Katniss MMA on Instagram. So go follow her there. Kaytlin Katniss, Kaytlin.
I love her content on social media.
Yes. Yes. And we're, the one topic that we're going to talk about today is specifically the opposite of that. But yeah, she puts forth, like, she's just such a good person. She's wholesome, a good person. You can tell, like, she's just a good natured individual. And so I'm wishing her all the success, like in the PFL. So I'm so happy for her fighting there. I can't believe she didn't love all of our pickup lines. I don't know why.
It might be my delivery too. I feel like I sounded like a creep. Like,
yeah.
I think that's mostly it.
Is it? Was it the delivery? Well, I mean, we were asking her to judge the content, but yeah, So anyways, okay. Let me see here. I did want to say so before we get on, the next week's podcast guest just booked it today. It is going to be a gentleman that made his UFC debut. I guess by the time we read this, it'll be 2 weeks ago. His name is Bassil Hafez. He's the guy, and I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Bassil Hafez. He's the guy that short notice fought Jack Della Maddalena, lost a split decision. The internet thinks he won that fight. Like, he was getting so much love, Raine.
Oh, wow.
This dude comes in on short notice against a very highly touted dude and put on a show. He's so cool, and I'm so happy that we're going to have him on just 2 weeks after his fight. So Bassil Hafez is on next week, so get ready for that. Raine, I hope you're there with me.
That's awesome.
Friends of the podcast update, Kaytlin Neal, of course, we just spoke to her. She fights on August 18th. I did want to say Professor graduated. We already talked about that. Your cute doggy graduated. Regan Gowing, friend of the podcast. She's a Muay Thai fighter. She's the Lion Fight champion. She fought at Warriors Cup on Friday. She got screwed on a decision, Raine. Insane got screwed. What? She won the fight hands down. I mean, even the commentators, you could tell they were like, okay, Regan won. And they gave it to the other girl. And apparently there's a whole bunch of drama in New York where this was, that the New York judging or the commissions will always give it to the hometown person. So I feel really bad for Regan, but god dang, Regan put on an amazing fight. She went up a weight class to fight here and all that. So I'm wishing her all the best, and I hope she's positive. She is a positive spirit. She's very much like Katniss, But I'm so proud of you, Coconut, if you're watching this. Kate Batchick, the one that sent in the perverted pickup line, she's she's fighting at Fight Star Championship on August 5th. So good luck to her.
Woo-hoo.
And then Trap Daddy Gambino, he's been on the podcast a few times. He's boxing at EFC on July 29th. So if you love Trap Gambino like I do, go check him out on July 29th. Good luck to him. We will have him on after he wins his fight, guaranteed. I love that dude. Raine, I did want to give a quick shout out to our friends over at Magic Mind, like I said at the beginning. So hold on, how do I do this? Right?
Which flavor do you have again? Is that like the matcha one that you have?
Yeah, the matcha one.
Oh, there you go. I see it.
Okay, there you go.
The bottle now, yeah.
So Magic Mind, this stuff I've been taking now. Today's my third day taking it. It works. I'm not kidding.
You take it every day?
Take one little shot in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes really good. I thought it would taste more matcha-y because it's like green, but it tastes really good. It tastes very citrusy, actually.
Ooh,
and
okay.
I love it. And I feel like it's working. I feel like I have more energy. I feel like I'm a little bit more productive or like focused or dialed in. So I'm happy with this. I'm going to keep reporting on it. I've got 15-day box to try it out. So I'm going to keep trying it out. I'm going to see how I like it. But so far, I feel like it's working. And
That's awesome.
I've changed nothing else about my eating or workouts and stuff like that. So I'm trying to maintain everything the same except for adding this in. And I'm feeling good. So I like it. So check out magicmind.com/fightinsight and use code fightinsight20 to save 20%. And it stacks on top of their other offers. I think you get like up to 53% off on something.
Oh my God, that's a great deal.
Check it out. Check it out.
For matcha, because like matcha is usually like expensive. And then if you can like stack up deals, like I love my matcha. So
right. Well, there you go.
There's like a deal on matcha. I'm like, oh, what? Okay.
Take it. Yeah. Hopefully Costco will have deals. Go check it out. You should check it out.
Yes.
I would love for people to check it out and let me know how they're feeling with it so that I know it's just not like psychosomatic for me, but like it really is working, but I feel it's working because admittedly, I'm normally pretty skeptical of things like this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm almost looking for a reason for it not to work. But no, I feel like it is working, but I will let you know next week because then I'll be like 10 days in, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to put your Instagram handle down at the bottom at Ringside Raine. People got to make sure they check you out all the time. You. Yeah. How's everything going with you? Life is good?
Life's good. Professor graduated, so I'm very, very proud of him.
Nice.
The professor took the class. He didn't teach the class. He actually took the class.
Yeah. The professor went back to school.
Yep.
How's someone was asking me. Okay, so first of all, everybody loves you.
Oh, thanks.
Last week, TJ DeSantis kept singing your praises. He was very impressed with you. He messaged me afterwards. Other people have been messaging me saying that Raine is bringing like unprecedented energy to the podcast. So thank you so much. People are really appreciate it. I did have someone ask, where is it that you took your wrestling class when you said you took the wrestling manager class, right? Like who did you take it with? And you said Santino Brothers?
Yeah, it's Santino Brothers here in California. So it's a wrestling 101, like psychology of wrestling. They are in, I want to say Bell Gardens, California, which is maybe half an hour away from Los Angeles.
Okay.
So, Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy.
Is he the guy with the snake thing? That Santino?
No.
No?
No. I don't know how they came up with that name.
Okay.
But it's called Santino Brothers. Yeah.
Okay. And like because the energy that you put forth and your personality, you're saying that is accurately you, or is it a little bit because of that class? Like people want to know how they can be cool like you. I think that's what I'm getting.
Well, first of all, I'm always like this. I'm always excited. I'm always happy. I don't know. Like I'm just always, I like to talk to people.
Okay, good. All right.
I feel like I talk too much.
No, it was good.
Yeah, no. I just love to, like be positive and just be happy and to talk.
All right. And I didn't ask you when you were a guest on the podcast. I never asked you and I forgot. But you have the coolest interview show podcast on YouTube. I love the name of it, The Rain Check.
The Rain Check.
I love that. I think that's such a cool play on words, right? Using your name and a rain check. I think that's really cool. Are you still doing that? Are you still doing that?
The thing about the Rain Check is that I actually explain to people, it's not really a podcast. It's basically like wrestlers cutting their promo. Think of it as like a backstage interview, right? And then when I approach wrestlers, hey, you're about to have a match, do you want to cut a promo? Because I feel like, especially in the world of independent wrestling, it's hard to put yourself out there because number one, most of the time people watch wrestling on TV. I feel like with wrestlers, I feel like they need like some sort of kind of online content to kind of not just show that, hey, I wrestled this week, blah blah blah, something to kind of show their character, which is something that I learned from Santino Brothers. It's character development, and that's something that you can show while you're doing your promos. And like what I've seen like on WWE or AEW, there's the interviewer, asks the questions, whatever, and then here comes the wrestler, they cut their promo. And since my wrestler friends, we all live like far away from each other. We all live in California, but because of all the traffic out here, it's like it's too far, dude. Can we do this online? And that's how I came up with the Rain Check. So nice.
Yeah, no, I think it's really cool. And it's funny because like what you're saying you were trying to do for wrestlers is kind of like what I was trying to do with this podcast. Like I say all the time when like I've met agents and stuff like that, a lot of the reason why you'll see amateur fighters on the show is because people will come out to me and say like, hey, I've got this amateur fighter. He or she's got not a lot of, public exposure. They don't have a lot of experience talking to people or being on the mic, because if they win their fight, they've got to be comfortable speaking, or when they go to media day, they've got to be comfortable. So they'll reach out to me and say, hey, do you mind putting them on your podcast? Like, they don't even care if anybody watches it. They're just like, I just need this guy to get experience speaking to someone that's in an uncomfortable situation. You know what I mean? So I love that. And that's really what I love about this podcast, being able to speak to those people and give them those opportunities to kind of promote themselves and get those fumbling words out, you know what I mean? Like so that they can perfect it, right? So that when they're at the big show, they're able to speak and be comfortable in front of an audience. So actually, I love that you said that, because that's the same thing that I would tell the wrestlers. Sometimes I feel like they kind of feel uneasy about it, and I tell them, look, it's a good platform. You don't have to leave your house or wherever you are. Log in on Zoom or whatever, and just answer the questions. And if you don't like it, just let me know. But at the same time, you get your practice. Practice for me, practice for them. I feel like it's a win-win situation, Yeah, no, it is. It really is. This whole podcast has been really weird because the video is backwards for me.
Backwards?
Like I'm seeing it like a reverse image, I don't know why. But so like when I've been trying to fix my hair because I can feel it's messy, and I keep pushing it the wrong way so everything's weird. Okay. I said that Trap Daddy Gambino is fighting at this influencer fight thing, right? So I want to talk about this because this happened. I'm not going to show any videos for this because it's ridiculous. Okay. But this girl is fighting it's called Kingpin Boxing. And it's these two OnlyFans girls. I don't know what that means, right? But she goes to fight. The two girls fight. And at the end of it, she wins. And then she goes to celebrate to the crowd, and she pulls her top off. And I'm like, what the hell? Right? Now, we've seen it before, Rain. Before you joined the podcast, there's a girl that was in Thailand at a bare knuckle fight. And she went viral for doing the same thing.
Oh, wow.
Took her top off. Now that's like a major promotion too, and she's a fighter. Like she's not an OnlyFans person. I don't even know what that means. Again, so then what happens is it goes viral, and then Eddie Hearn, this guy who's big in boxing, publicly denounces it and says this is embarrassing, this is terrible, blah blah blah. And then the organization Kingpin comes out and says, we're very sorry for this, and this is not what it's meant to be, and this girl is no longer going to be fighting for us. Like, I think it was a tournament is what it sounded like, and this might have been her second fight, and so she had gone on in the tournament, but they're like going to kick her out, or she has, I'm using air quotes for those on video, on audio, she has decided to step away. She's an OnlyFans girl who chose to pull her top off. I'm sure she didn't choose to step away, and she was a pretty good boxer. I watched the fight. Rain, so many questions I want to ask you. But off the top, what do you think about that?
So I'm assuming they don't have OnlyFans in Canada.
No,
'Cause
no,
you can't-
they no.
or-
Sorry. What I mean is, okay,
Because
first of
I
all,
was like, wait a minute, like,
no. First of all, to put the record straight, I do not subscribe to anyone's OnlyFans. What I'm saying is, like,
okay.
I don't know what it means when you're an OnlyFans girl, because you can do whatever the hell you want on there. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean you're doing nudity or worse.
Okay.
Right? Like, so when they say like, "Oh, this girl's from OnlyFans," I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know what she does.
Yeah.
How crazy it is, because we've had guys on here, guy fighters that have OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And they don't do any nudity and stuff. That's what they've told me. I'm not checking, but you know what I mean? So I'm just saying to you, like, what do you feel about like a girl boxer doing that, or a
Flashing
girl?
everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your take on that? You know?
So I saw the video. And
okay.
But the one that I saw was censored. So
okay. Do you need the link for the uncensored?
I'm good.
Yeah. Okay.
To me that's very shocking. I kind of put myself in the position of, because I work in TV production. Like, if that's something that I see while I'm working, it's like, whoa, how do we go to another shot? Because it's like, for sure it's not really something that you broadcast on air. But anyway, for me, I don't know if that was a spur of the moment thing. I don't know if that was something that was planned too. Like, hey, if this person was an influencer, maybe this person wants to kind of like make a statement. But personally for me, I feel like it was kind of like too much, but too much celebrate. I mean, I feel like we can celebrate, any other way aside from doing that.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think about like someone like Katniss Neal, who's a professional.
Yeah.
A true professional in every sense of the word. She's driving home women's athletics, like female empowerment, female sport. I just feel it's weird when a girl does that. And I'm an old soul, right? Like my good friend Brian Bam Bam Barberena, when like we always talk like we're old souls, but I just feel like, why would you do that? Like, because she was a good fighter too. Like, it wasn't like she was just sloppily fighting and it was a joke and all that. Like, she looked like she trained. She looked like it was legit. And then she did that. I'm like, well, why would you do that? Because you just proved yourself in a true competitive sport, in a true competition. I don't know why you would do that or what you thought was going to come of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
My friend was saying he's like, well, these are these stupid influencer fight leagues. This whole thing is meant to be nonsense.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if I agree with that either. I feel like these influencer fight leagues, they're just creating a place for these people to fight. But I don't think the fight itself is a joke. Like, I think they're just going like, okay, well, where would this girl ever fight anyways? But we will give her an opportunity to fight because she has an influencer following or a social media following. So we'll give her an opportunity to fight that she would have never had before. But I don't think the fight is a joke. Like, I don't know. Do you think these leagues want them to do this? Or like, are they trying to be real, or are they just trying to be jokes? And then if they were trying to be real, or if they were trying to be a joke, why would they get mad when she does this?
Exactly. So to me, I feel like, that whole incident kind of like overpowered, her winning the fight. Right. So I feel like it kind of like now people are like more focused on that versus, oh, this influencer won this fight. Actually, and it's not just like, a sloppy fight. It's like, hey, she actually like won it. I feel like the promotion, I don't know, maybe I don't think they kind of set it up that way. I feel like they want to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it's something that, hey, want to do something interesting after the fight. Like, I don't think so. I feel like if they see that this is something that might grow, especially money wise, I don't think they're going to create that kind of controversy because they don't want people to see it as, okay, well, like for someone like me who hasn't seen, the types of fights that they've aired, to me, it's like, okay, well, having, known this controversy now, to me in my head, okay, is this promotion really legit then? You know, so I feel like that promotion is going to start like, okay, this is not really what we want, because we want to be taken seriously. We don't want to be known as, oh, this is the promotion that aired this.
Right. Although maybe they do want to be known as that, and then more weirdos tune in at the next event because they're like, oh, are these guys promoting this? Because then I'll watch it, you know? Because the fact of the matter is you're putting on these fights with these OnlyFans girls who are, you know, attractive young women who do stuff. Now, mind you, her name was Daniela Hemsley. I'd never heard of her before. And I was like, who is this? Like, I thought she must be famous for something else. Like, I thought she must be famous from something.
Okay.
So I go on her Twitter, because I on her Instagram, it's really just like her with the boxing photos and then some, you know, modeling stuff, like normal, but it doesn't really say like what she is. So then I go, okay. So I go Daniela Hemsley Twitter, the first photo, pure full frontal nudity.
This is on Twitter?
On Twitter. Instagram? I didn't even know that's allowed. So, but that's, you know, so then I'm like, oh, okay. And she doesn't have that many followers on Instagram. I think she's only like maybe not even 100,000.
Huh.
So I don't even know where they find these people, but it's just weird. I just feel like it's just a strange vibe. Like, I don't get whether it's real, like whether I feel like the fighting guys want it to be real.
Mm-hmm.
But you're trying to leverage the popularity of these people. It's like when UFC had CM Punk, right? You're like, okay, we're going to get this super famous wrestler and he's going to fight, and we'll gather all that audience to follow him into here. I feel like that's what this OnlyFans thing is, right? You're trying to get all her hundreds of thousands of people that follow her to then buy your pay-per-view, because then you're going to cash in on it.
Yeah.
But it's weird then that they punish her for doing what she's famous for doing. Air quotes, famous.
True. But I guess that kind of behavior, I guess, is something that they don't, I guess they just want to show that they don't condone that kind of behavior. Maybe that's why they did that. I don't know. Isn't
it such a weird conundrum?
Yeah.
Like, I was arguing with my buddy about it, or not arguing, but like we were discussing it, and we kept going in circles, kind of like as we are now. Because like, okay, you got her because she does that. You're okay with her fighting to the death in a boxing match where you're trying to like literally kill the other person. So you're okay with that. But then after she wins and she does what she does, then you get mad about it. And I was like,
no.
So my friend also, and shout out to Nick, my friend, he thinks that the whole banning of her is all a setup. Like he thinks like this whole thing is just to continue the story.
Okay.
After she did it, she goes viral. Then the Eddie Hearn guy admonishes them, like from a professional standpoint. So if Kingpin, the boxing promotion, had just left it there, it would just be like, okay, well, it's gone away now. Who cares? But now they go out and go, well, she's stepping away. But it like causes more, because it's like, oh, so you guys are really upset with her. Like, it just kept it in the news cycle that little bit longer. I don't know.
Added more 15 minutes of fame to this, I guess. Right?
Yeah. It gave us 16 minutes of fame, right? Like, it just, that little extra. I don't know. Just seems weird. I just thought it was weird. I just think, like, you know, for everything that's happening in female mixed martial arts, for everything they're trying to do to become successful and be warriors and all that, I just feel like that, to me, is always a weird step. Yeah.
I'm just going to say they accomplished their goal of, you know, trying to kind of, you know, be the talk of the town right now, because they made it to our show. You know, they made it to our show. I think that's their goal.
Do you think their goal from the beginning was to get on the Fight Insight podcast?
I'm just saying, I think that's the goal.
It's pretty obvious now it was. Mind you, I did reach out to that girl to have her on as a guest. She has not seen my message yet, but I want to try and get her on. She doesn't have that many followers that I think I can't at least grab her attention.
She might see your direct message or something, or comment.
Yeah. So, but I will say to any of the perverts that listen to this podcast that are following her on OnlyFans, can you go message her for me there and see if you can get her to come on? Because like, I would love to talk to her to be like, So what's the deal here? Do you regret what you did? Did it do well for you for your social media? Like, what's the thing?
Was it spur of the moment? Like,
yeah.
You
Was it planned? The girl that did it at BKFC, they did say that she had always said she was going to do it.
Okay.
So that girl was planned. But this one, I don't know. Like, anyways, just weird, right? Weird.
Yeah, unexpected. So it's like, whoa.
Yeah. That said, do we have anything else to chat about? I feel like we're good. We've talked about a whole bunch of stuff. I'm very excited for next week. Basil Hafez. I will properly know how to say his name before he comes on. Bassil. So I'm not sure. But he put on a great show, and I can't wait to speak to him. And then we've got a bunch of people lined up for interviews.
Ooh.
One guy, which I would love to have on for sure when you're back as well, Raine, is he's the guy that runs Fight League Atlantic in the East Coast Canada. It's a promotion out there. It's an MMA promotion. They do MMA, but then he also has a jiu-jitsu version of his organization, Fight League Atlantic. We've had him on before. Derek the Cat is the guy that runs it. And I was talking to him on the weekend, and we were saying, hey, you got to come back on the show. And I said, hey, my new co-host you're going to love because she's a ring announcer. Raine, I need you to make that connection.
Oh.
Then you become the ring announcer for Fight League Atlantic. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I love the sound of that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Raine, before we go, is there anything that you want to say? Anything that you want to shout out?
I just want to say thank you for having me again. Like,
okay, you don't have to say thank you to me every time. This is.
I'm just happy I'm here. So. Yeah.
All right. But anything else? Anything else that you wanted to say? Anything else? No.
I just want to thank everyone for listening to us. You know, it's always a pleasure to be able to, share with y'all, what we love. So thank you.
Yeah. And I do want to say shout out to Ashley Evans Smith.
Oh, yes.
Holy moly. She did not win her fight, but that girl stayed in that fight long after 99.99% of fighters would have quit. Mm-hmm. She stayed in there. She did not give up. True warrior. So Ashley Evans Smith, we love you. Congratulations on your fight. I know you did not win, but you showed true heart. You came back like a champ. So I'm very happy for her. And I hope that she's happy for her own performance as well, as much as she can be with not winning, That said, did you see any of the photos of her and her opponent after the fight?
After the fight? I don't think that. I mean, I've seen because I was watching the fight and I saw
No, like backstage.
Oh, backstage? No. I've only seen like the ones after the fight, when the winner was announced.
The girl she fought, Aylin Perez. If you go on her Instagram, they're backstage. She's teaching her how to twerk. They're dancing together. Oh. It's very cute, and they're hugging, and they're like. So it's very, very nice. Like I was very happy to see that too, because then they were, chummy and they were friends together. So I just thought that was a lovely moment too.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love Ashley. Cool. She's like such a positive person to be around with. And I'm so happy for her. I remember I was watching her fight and I was like, oh my God, what's crazy is that was the first time that I actually watched a fight and I know the person was fighting.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I felt nervous. I was like,
yeah,
oh God.
Yeah.
But no, I'm very, very proud of her. Very proud of her. She did an amazing job, and I love how positive she is, going into the fight and then after the fight. So
yeah, for sure. All right, Raine, we will get out of here. We're perfectly on time. So guys, I'm going to end the podcast now for the audio listeners, and then for the video listeners, you'll see a couple of videos up here. I'll probably put Katniss Neal's old interview up so you can catch her and you can learn more about her. Today was just a fun one, just goofing around with her because she's so cool. And but anyways, Raine, thank you for so much as always, and we will see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Bye.